sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and welcome to issue 13 of Legends of Ferrari F1, the die-cast 1/24 scale collection from our good old mates at DeAgostini. Now if you'd like this for yourself, want to grab this subscription, head over to this link here. There's a clickable version below in the description. That will take you to DeAgostini's website, where you can take out a subscription for these beautiful, beautiful Ferraris. This week we have got Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari F1-75 from the year 2022. And this was his party in Monza one, folks. So yeah, look at that. Absolutely beautiful, folks, in it. And it had a nice little yellow livery there on the engine cover. So yeah, absolutely stunning. And yeah, this was the race at Monza. The cars were decorated in a special livery that included the Modena yellow colour on parts of the hood, the halo and protective arch. There you go, folks. So that's the story behind that. There were some revisions and upgrades as well brought to the car. Charles there raced in yellow, which as a fan I found a bit odd seeing Ferrari drivers in yellow. Yeah, just really messed with me for some reason. This is Leclerc about to take the Vianti della Ruggia track section at the Monza circuit during the Italian Grand Prix. I've just destroyed the Italian language there, folks. This was September the 10th, 2022. Saturday of glory once again. But yeah, absolutely. And a nice little tribute there to our late Queen who died that week. So yeah, the drivers had little motifs on their crash helmets and that. Nice touch, that. So there you go. There's all the spares there, the front wing and that. Look at all the detail in that front wing. The Monegasque's a joy at his pole position at Monza there. He was half happy. Very, very composed young fellow, I must admit. And I think it's a credit to the team, I really do. He just goes about his business and lets his driving do the talking, folks. There you go. This is a profile there of Loic Bigiozzi, or Bigios, one of the best assets Ferrari has had over the years. He's a French engineer, folks. Nice data file there. I've probably ruined his name, but apologies for that. So let's have a quick looky-loo at the model. Let's see what we got this week. Now again, I'm going to keep it in its protective plastic cover. I've removed the red cardboard bit in anticipation below, but where I'm going to be spinning this around, I want to keep these on because I don't want to scratch the surface. So that's how the model arrives in its display case, looking really, really splendid, doesn't it? And around it is a protective vacuum form section that we'll be removing shortly. So it's held in place, a couple of crosshead screws on this occasion. So we'll spin them off and we'll remove this model from its base. And there you go, folks, look at that. Absolutely beautiful, isn't she? Look at the size of that. But again, first thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at the curves, the way they really deeply go inside this body shell here. I'll just hold that on my hand and we'll try and get a view where you can see these gullies that air will scoot through and whoosh straight round contours of the car and out through the rear wing. And then obviously you got all your heating vents and everything there to keep that engine nice and cool. But again, if you remember Massa's car below, in the previous issue, even below there, he had a plank, whereas nowadays you've got this floor that is all contoured with all these air veins because it sucks the car to the ground and boom, down she comes, you know. But it's just surprising the difference in engineering and aerodynamics that is employed when every regulation change comes in, and there are more coming in soon where the cars are going to be even more radical. But I'm looking at that with the wheel covers in place and the different wing where it's now all curved. Same with the front wing there. The ends now come up in a curve and all the different elements going up in the front wing. It's a massive, massive thing of beauty. These little eyebrows there, or wheel brows as they call them now. All the different brake ducts with all the cooling going on in there. Even the wheels there, when you do a cross section, there's little veins in these that direct air towards the discs. It's absolutely phenomenal. There's the halo, obviously. Nowadays, the drivers have the halo, which I think is a massive, massive benefit with the safety and all of that. And when you look back at Romain Grosjean's accident where he went through the barrier, the halo saved his life. Lewis Hamilton, when Max parked on top of him, the halo saved his life. Various wheels and things have hit halos over the years, and the drivers have come away from it. I look at Alonso and other crashes where cars are scooted across. There was one at Silverstone, Joe, he had a crash, and yeah, I think the halo nowadays has really proved its worth. This is what I mean about the steering wheel back in Felipe's car was like a semicircle, whereas nowadays it's like a rectangular shape with all the buttons up the sides, but the top and the bottom are now flat. So it just goes to show you even that has changed dramatically. So it's almost like a PlayStation controller almost that they're holding, and I think there's a great concept. There's all the seat all made to measure. The drivers have a seat mould taken at the beginning of each season, and it is shaped to them and them only. Nice little touch there with the ER2 there for our late Queen there, if you're in the UK. She sadly died that week, and yeah. And then obviously you've got all the different livery, but even on a top-down view, folks, let's spin her that way. Just look at how pinched everything is, and they're shoehorning the engine in this tinsy-wincy little body shape and radiators and things. It's amazing how things have changed in F1. I mean, I started watching very early 70s, probably around about 73, 74, there or thereabouts, and I used to sit on the settee with my mum watching motorsport, because she was a huge fan of F1 and got me into it. And yeah, I grew up watching the rivalry with Hunt and Lauda, and then obviously Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, and then obviously Mansell came along. And so I've seen a lot of different changes in the cars, you know, and I look back at the romance of watching Villeneuve drive, the late Gilles Villeneuve, and cars of that era were just so beautiful. And here we are, we're now looking, I think, now with cars that are just as beautiful in their own way. How, again, they've brought back that almost like a flower vase shape on the Ferrari. Nigel Mansell's Ferrari, I remember. I think it was in a 640, but it had that distinctive vase shape to it, and it's nice to see that starting to return, because I think it's an iconic silhouette on an F1 car, and especially on the Ferrari with the red, it just looks so beautiful. And they had a flat red paint job on this as well, so it wasn't super shiny, but it just looks stunning. You know, you just look at every angle of that vehicle. I don't think there's an angle that isn't pleasing to the eye, to be quite honest with you. Unless, of course, you're stuck behind it, and then this angle is going to get right on your nerves, isn't it? But as a driver, yeah, who wouldn't want to drive for Ferrari? Come on, let's be honest. I mean, I think this is why Lewis has moved over there, because it was, you know, every driver's dream, and it is to drive for the team in red. So there you go, folks. This was the 75th anniversary edition of the Ferrari. This was the Charles Leclerc variant. And yeah, what a thing of beauty, folks. Absolute stunning. It really is a piece of art. So if you'd like to grab this for yourself, folks, and take out a subscription, head over to the DeAgostini website, following this link. There is a clickable one just below in the description, and that will take you over to their website where you can start your very own collection, folks. In the meantime, to help me out and help me channel keep growing, just click that little fester in the corner. Hit the subscribe button. It is free. Also, whilst you're there, ring the bell and select all, and that will give you notifications of future content. Until then, thank you so much for coming in and keeping me company. Stay safe and well. Bye-bye.